Good evening. This is All India Radio. I'm Abhishek Mukhopadhyay and with me is Renu Kataria with the evening news. The headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurates 11 new government medical colleges across Tamilnadu and new campus of Central Institute of Classical Tamil in Chennai via video conferencing. World is looking at India with hope as India's people, mind, capability and dreams are all young, says the Prime Minister on the occasion of Swami Vivekananda's birth anniversary. Centre urges all states and UTs to direct departments concerned to ensure adequate buffer stock of medical oxygen for at least 48 hours. Of 153 crore 80 lakh COVID vaccine doses administered under nationwide vaccination drive so far. Supreme Court appoints high-level committee under retired Supreme Court Judge Indu Malhotra to investigate the alleged security breach of Prime Minister's Punjab visit. More than 1 crore people to participate in global Surya Namaskar program on occasion of Makar Sankranti on the 14th of this month. And in cricket, South Africa were all out for 210 in the first innings on day 2 of the third and final test at Cape Town. As the number of COVID-19 cases are rising fast in several parts of the country, we appeal to our listeners to be vigilant and to get fully vaccinated and help others, including children between 15 and 18 years, get vaccinated. As the new Omicron variant of coronavirus is causing concern, please continue to follow these 3 simple steps to stay safe. Wear a face mask, maintain 2 gaz ki duri for social distancing, focus on hand and face hygiene. For any COVID-related information and guidance, contact national helpline numbers 011 2397 8046 and 1075. And now the news in detail. Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurated 11 new government medical colleges across Tamil Nadu and the new campus of Central Institute of Classical Tamil in Chennai via video conferencing this evening. The new medical colleges have been established at an estimated cost of about 4,000 crore rupees. Of this amount, around 2,145 crore rupees have been provided by the Union government and the rest by the Tamil Nadu government. During his virtual address, the Prime Minister said it is a record-breaking day for him to inaugurate 11 new medical colleges in Tamil Nadu.
Ever since we have taken office, our government has worked to address this gap. In 2014, our country had 387 medical colleges. In the last 7 years only, this number has grown up to 596 medical colleges. This is an increase of 54%. In 2014, our country had around 82,000 medical undergraduate and postgraduate seats. In the last 7 years, this number has gone up to around 1,48,000 seats. This is an increase of about 80%.
He highlighted that in 2014, our country had 387 medical colleges, but in the last 7 years only, this number has gone up to 596 medical colleges. He said there were only 7 AIIMS in the country before 2014, but now the number of AIIMS approved has increased to 22.
In 2014, there were only 7 AIIMS in the country. But after 2014, the number of AIIMS approved has increased to 22. At the same time, various reforms have been undertaken to make the medical education sector more transparent. Regulations for setting up medical colleges and hospitals have been liberalized without compromise on quality. I am told that this would be the first time that 11 medical colleges are being inaugurated at one stop located in any one state. Just few days back, I had inaugurated 9 medical colleges at the same time in Uttar Pradesh. So, I am getting to break my own record. It is important to address regional imbalances.
The Prime Minister pointed out that shortage of doctors had remained an issue for a very long time and the current government made it a priority to address this critical gap. He said it was NDA government which had established more colleges and increased the number of seats in medical education. In 2014, India had around 82,000 medical undergraduate and postgraduate seats. Mr. Modi said that in the last 7 years, this number has gone up to around 1,48,000 seats. Mr. Modi said the regional imbalances were sorted out and it was a great moment for him to inaugurate colleges in the backward district of Ramanathapuram, Virudunagar and Nilgiris. The Prime Minister said that the government has liberalized medical education without compromising the quality of education. The new medical colleges with cumulative capacity of 1,450 seats have been established under the centrally sponsored scheme of establishing of new medical colleges attached with existing district and referral hospital. Referring to the central schemes, he said that through 8,000 medical stores of Prime Minister's Jan Aushadhi Yojana, the poor and the middle class people have been benefited. He said that 3,000 crore rupees have been allocated to Tamilnadu in the next 5 years for urban health care and establishment of wellness centers and critical care centers in the state. The Prime Minister mentioned that Ayushman Bharat initiative has helped the poor to have access to top quality and affordable health care. The Prime Minister asserted that India has everything needed to be a hub for medical tourism.
In the coming year, I envision India as being to go destination for quality and affordable care. India has everything needed to be a hub for medical tourism. I say this based on the skill of our doctors. I urge the medical fraternity to look at telemedicine as well. Today, the world has also taken note of Indian practices that further wellness. This includes yoga, Ayurveda and Siddha. We are working to make this popular in a language the world understands.
The establishment of a new campus of Central Institute of Classical Tamil in Chennai is in line with the Prime Minister's vision to protect and preserve Indian heritage and promote classical languages. Speaking after the inauguration of this institute, Mr. Modi said, "One of the happiest moments of his life was when he got a chance to speak a few words in the world's oldest language, Tamil, at the United Nations." The new campus of the Central Institute of Classical Tamil is fully funded by the Union government. It is built at a cost of 24 crore rupees. Wishing Pongal and Makar Sankranti greetings to the people of the state, Prime Minister Modi said that the centre would take all efforts to digitalize and popularize Tamil studies and provide wider canvas to students and researchers to translate Tirukural in other Indian and foreign languages. Establishment of a Tamil chair in Banaras Hindu University was also one of the steps taken by the centre in a view to promote the concept of Ek Bharat Shresth Bharat. Speaking at the function, Tamilnadu Chief Minister M.K. Stalin expressed happiness and gratitude to the Prime Minister for taking interest in the welfare of the students in the state.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi said the youth of the country have always come forward in times of need. Speaking after inaugurating the 25th National Youth Festival in Puducherry via video conferencing, the Prime Minister lauded that today India's youth are writing the code of global prosperity.
आज भारत का युवा ग्लोबल प्रॉस्पेरिटी के कोड लिख रहा है। पूरी दुनिया के यूनिकॉर्न इकोसिस्टम में भारतीय युवाओं का जलवा है। भारत के पास आज 50,000 से अधिक स्टार्टअप्स का मजबूत इकोसिस्टम है। इसमें से 10,000 से अधिक स्टार्टअप्स तो कोरोना की चुनौतियों के बीच बीते 6-7 महीनों में बने हैं।
The Prime Minister said the thought process and conscience of India is also young. Prime Minister has said that the world looks towards India with the hope and faith because both its people and its thought are young. He said India's capability and its dreams are also young.
आज दुनिया भारत को एक आशा की दृष्टि से, एक विश्वस्त की दृष्टि से देखती है, क्योंकि भारत का जन भी युवा है और भारत का मन भी युवा है। भारत अपने सामर्थ्य से भी युवा है। भारत अपने सपनों से भी युवा है। भारत अपने चिंतन से भी युवा है। भारत अपनी चेतना से भी युवा है।
Bowing to Swami Vivekananda, the Prime Minister said his birth anniversary in this year of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav is all the more inspiring.
भारत मां की महान संतान स्वामी विवेकानंद जी को उनकी जयंती पर मैं नमन करता हूं। आजादी के अमृत महोत्सव में उनकी जन्म जयंती और अधिक प्रेरणादायी हो गई है। ये वर्ष 2 और वजह से भी विशेष हो गया है। हम इसी वर्ष श्री अरबिंदो की 150वीं जन्म जयंती मना रहे हैं और इस साल महाकवि सुब्रमण्यम भारती जी की भी 100वीं पुण्यतिथि है। इन दोनों मनीषियों का पुडुचेरी से खास रिश्ता रहा है। ये दोनों एक दूसरे की साहित्यिक और आध्यात्मिक यात्रा के साझीदार रहे हैं।
Mr. Modi said the democratic dividend of India's youth is unparalleled as along with demographic dividend, the youth of India also has democratic values. During the event, the Prime Minister unveiled selected essays on Mere Sapnon Ka Bharat and unsung heroes of Indian freedom movement. These essays have been selected from submissions by over 1 lakh youth on the 2 themes. The Prime Minister also inaugurated a technology centre of the MSME Ministry established at Puducherry with an investment of about Rs 122 crore. The Prime Minister also inaugurated the Perun Thalaivar Kamrajar Mani Mandapam, an auditorium with an open-air theatre constructed by the Government of Puducherry at a cost of about Rs 23 crores. The centre has urged all states and UTs to direct departments concerned to ensure adequate buffer stock of medical oxygen for at least 48 hours and reinvigorate oxygen control rooms. In a letter to State Health Secretaries, Union Health Secretary Rajesh Bhushan said the emerging scenario calls for immediate measures by states and UTs to ensure optimal availability of medical oxygen at all health facilities. He said private health facilities providing oxygen therapy services may be accessed and their medical oxygen infrastructure capacities need to be explored. Mr. Bhushan said liquid medical oxygen tanks at the health facilities should be sufficiently filled and uninterrupted supply chain for their refilling should be ensured. He said health facilities across the country have been strengthened with pressure swing adsorption PSA plants, and it is important to ensure that these PSA plants are kept fully functional.
The government is informed that so far 4,868 Omicron cases have been detected in 28 states and union territories in the country. Briefing media in New Delhi today, Joint Secretary in the Union Health Ministry, Love Agarwal, said that out of the total Omicron cases, 1,805 infected people have recovered, and currently there are 3,062 active cases of Omicron in the country, and 1 death has been reported from new variant Omicron. Informing about the global status of this new COVID variant, Mr. Agarwal said that Omicron has its presence in 149 countries, and so far over 550,000 cases have been detected and 115 confirmed deaths have also been reported. He also said, according to World Health Organization, Omicron variant has a substantial growth advantage over Delta variant. He said clinical severity data from South Africa, UK, Canada and Denmark suggest a reduced risk of hospitalization from Omicron as compared to Delta virus.
जो हमारे टूल्स हैं टेस्ट ट्रैक ट्रीट वैक्सीनेशन और कोविड अप्रोप्रिएट बिहेवियर वो अभी भी उतने ही एप्लीकेबल है यानी कि लड़ाई नहीं लेकिन सुरक्षा वही हम आप सबसे रिक्वेस्ट करेंगे और आपके द्वारा हम यह मैसेज सबसे रिक्वेस्ट करना चाहेंगे कि 15 से 18 वर्ष के आयु वर्ग के सभी यंग एडोलसेंट अपना टीका लगवाएं हेल्थ केयर और फ्रंटलाइन वर्कर के लिए जो प्रिकॉशन डोज शुरू की गई है उसको सभी लोग लगवाएं और 60 साल से अधिक वह लोग जिनको कोमॉर्बिडिटी है वो भी प्रिकॉशन डोज लगवाएं और इसके साथ ही इन्फेक्शन के स्प्रेड को कंट्रोल करना आपकी मेरी हर एक नागरिक का कर्तव्य है तो उसके तहत हम हमेशा मास्क पहन के रखें हाथ धोएं सैनिटाइज करें 2 गज की दूरी बनाकर रखें और समय पर अपना टीका कराएं.
Mr. Agarwal also informed that a surge in cases of COVID-19 as well as case positivity has been witnessed in the country in the last 1 week. He said on the 29th of December 2021, where the case positivity was at 1.1%, now it has gone up to 11.05%. He also informed that 19 states have reported more than 10,000 active cases, while less than 5,000 active cases are in 13 states. Mr. Agarwal also informed that highest number of active cases are in Maharashtra, West Bengal, Delhi, Tamilnadu and Karnataka. On vaccination status in the country, the Joint Secretary said that 92% of the total adult population has received the first dose, while 68% has received the second dose. He said so far 38% of the population aged between 16 to 18 years have been vaccinated with first dose. During the media briefing, Director General of ICMR, Dr. Balram Bhargav, said there is significantly enhanced availability of testing products in the country. He said there are 3,128 testing laboratories are functional in the country, and so far around 70 crore samples have been tested. Special Secretary in the Ayush Ministry, Pramod Kumar Pathak, said the good immune system is very necessary for prevention and safeguard against disease progression. Over 153 crore 80 lakh COVID vaccine doses have been administered under nationwide vaccination drive so far. India's active caseload currently stands at around 9,55,000. A total of 1,94,000 new cases were reported in the last 24 hours and over 60,400 recoveries were reported in the same period. The daily positivity rate is 11.05%. Recovery rate is currently at 96.01%. Meanwhile, a total of 4,868 cases of Omicron have been reported in the country so far.
Army Chief General Manoj Mukund Narvane has said that since January last year, there have been positive developments along the northern and western borders. Virtually briefing media in New Delhi today, General Narvane said, on northern borders, Indian Army has continued to maintain the highest level of operational preparedness while at the same time engaging with Chinese People's Liberation Army through dialogue. He said Indian Army is hopeful of resolving issues at patrolling point 15, the hot springs. The Army Chief added, necessary safeguards are in place to take care of any contingencies. He said upgradation and development of infrastructure along northern borders has been carried out in a holistic and comprehensive manner. General Narvane further said on the western front there is an increase in the concentration of terrorists in various launch pads and there have been repeated attempts of infiltration across the line of control. This once exposes the nefarious designs of our western neighbour, said the Army Chief. On the firing incident in Nagaland, General Narvane apprised appropriate action will be taken based on report of inquiry. He said the regrettable incident that occurred in Oting, Nagaland on the 4th of last month is being thoroughly investigated. He said Indian Army remains committed to the security of the countrymen even during the conduct of operations. Speaking about the India-Myanmar border, the Army Chief informed there are plans to increase Assam Rifles battalions. The senior officers meeting of the India-US Homeland Security Dialogue was held today in virtual mode. The meeting was co-chaired by Home Secretary Ajay Bhalla and Under Secretary for Strategy, Policy and Plans, Department of Homeland Security, Government of USA, Robert Silvers. During the meeting, both sides reviewed the ongoing cooperation and identified further steps that can be taken to explore opportunities and synergies in advancing cooperation in counter-terrorism, cyber security, securing critical infrastructure, maritime security and aviation security, among other issues. You are listening to the evening news on All India Radio. A reminder of the headlines before we move on. Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurates 11 new government medical colleges across Tamilnadu and new campus of Central Institute of Classical Tamil in Chennai via video conferencing. World is looking at India with hope as India's people, mind, capability and dreams are all young, says the Prime Minister on the occasion of Swami Vivekananda's birth anniversary. Centre urges all states and UTs to direct departments concerned to ensure adequate buffer stock of medical oxygen for at least 48 hours. Over 153 crore 80 lakh COVID vaccine doses administered under nationwide vaccination drive so far. Supreme Court appoints high-level committee under retired Supreme Court Judge Indu Malhotra to investigate the alleged security breach of Prime Minister's Punjab visit. More than 1 crore people to participate in Global Surya Namaskar program on occasion of Makar Sankranti on 14th of this month. And in cricket, South Africa were all out for 210 runs against India in their first innings on day 2 of third and final test at Cape Town. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts.
उपभोक्ताओं तक पहुंचने का सुलभ और सस्ता माध्यम है आकाशवाणी।
आकाशवाणी के विभिन्न केंद्रों से कीजिए अपने उत्पादों और सेवाओं का प्रचार विज्ञापनों के माध्यम से।
लोकल और राष्ट्रीय स्तर पर कीजिए अपने बिजनेस का विस्तार, क्योंकि आकाशवाणी में विज्ञापन बुकिंग हुई बहुत ही आसान।
अब घर, दफ्तर या दुकान पर बैठे बैठे आप कर सकते हैं विज्ञापनों की बुकिंग।
डायल कीजिए 8700014242।
नंबर एक बार फिर नोट करें, 8700014242।
Welcome back. You are listening to the evening news. The Supreme Court has appointed the high-level committee headed by retired Supreme Court Judge Indu Malhotra to investigate the alleged security breach of Prime Minister's Punjab visit on the 5th of January this year. A three-judge bench headed by the Chief Justice of India, CJI, Nuthalapati Venkata Ramana, and also comprising Justices Surya Kant and Hima Kohli, passed the order today. Chief Justice Ramana announced the committee headed by Justice Retired Indu Malhotra, DG NIA, DG Security of Punjab and Registrar General of Punjab and Haryana High Court. The Apex Court passed the order after hearing a petition filed by NGO Lawyers Voice. They were seeking appropriate directions and orders in the alleged security breach of the Prime Minister, who was on his way to Punjab to address a rally. This is All India Radio, giving you the news. For quick news updates around the clock, follow us on Twitter at AIR News Alerts. Best wishes to all consumers for Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. Hallmark ensures purity of gold. Always purchase hallmarked gold jewellery. For any consumer-related complaints, please contact National Consumer Helpline's toll-free number 14404, issued in public interest by Department of Consumer Affairs, Government of India. Jago Grahak Jago.
Just in, India's COVID-19 vaccination coverage has crossed 154 crore 50 lakh mark today. Out of the total vaccination, more than 89 crore 75 lakh vaccine doses were administered as first dose, while 64 crore 48 lakh doses given as second dose. Union Health Ministry said more than 26 lakh 19,000 precaution doses for the identified categories of beneficiaries for COVID vaccination have been administered so far. Over 2 crore 96 lakh vaccine doses have been given to children aged 15 to 18 years so far. The ministry also said more than 66 lakh 77,000 vaccine doses have been administered till 7 p.m. today. The vaccination exercise as a tool to protect the most vulnerable population groups in the country from COVID-19 continues to be regularly reviewed and monitored at the highest level.
World will see for the first time participation of more than 1 crore people in global Surya Namaskar program on the occasion of Makar Sankranti on the 14th of this month. The global Surya Namaskar demonstration program has been organized by the Ministry of Ayush under the Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav celebrations. Minister for Ayush Sarvananda Sonowal said that the Surya Namaskar demonstration on Makar Sankranti is more relevant in the current resurgence of COVID-19. Talking to AI News, Mr. Sonowal appealed to people to join hands in the celebration.
भारत सरकार की आयुष मंत्रालय की तरफ से अगली 14 जनवरी 2022 को यानी मकर संक्रांति के दिन वैश्विक स्तर पर 75 लाख लोगों की सहभागिता से सूर्य नमस्कार आयोजित कर रहा है। आप सभी से अनुरोध है कि अपने परिवार के साथ मिलकर घर पर ही रहकर इस कार्यक्रम का हिस्सा बने और देश को स्वस्थ रखने के हमारे संकल्प को बल दे। हमारी कोशिश है कि आप लोग अपने जीवन शक्ति और रोग प्रतिरोधक क्षमता को बढ़ाने के इस प्रयोग से जोड़े, सूर्य नमस्कार से जोड़े।
Participants and yoga enthusiasts can register themselves on respective portals and will have to upload videos of performing Surya Namaskar on the 14th of January. The registration links are available on respective websites and are widely distributed by the Ayush Ministry. President Ramnath Kovind has greeted citizens on the eve of Lohri, Makar Sankranti, Pongal, Bhogali Bihu, Uttarayan and Posh Parv and prayed for a spirit of fraternity among the people, prosperity and happiness in the country. In a message today, the President said a majority of the festivals depict our integral relationship with nature and agriculture. He said festivals of Lohri, Makar Sankranti, Pongal, Bhogali Bihu and Uttarayan and Posh Parv mark the harvesting season of crops as the winter season ends and ushers in the spring. Mr. Kovind said people enjoy the fruits of good harvest and celebrate these festivals, which also emphasize the need to preserve our environment.
Minister of State for Education Subhash Sarkar said that National Innovation Week will inspire people to work collaboratively to realize the dream of activating India 2.0, fueled with the spirit of Atmanirbhar Bharat. He was addressing the valedictory session of E-Symposium on Building Innovation Ecosystem in Educational Institutes today. Top Indian shuttlers Saina Nehwal, Lakshya Sen and H.S. Pranoy progressed to the second round of the India Open with contrasting wins in Delhi today. Former world number 1 Saina moved to the second round after her opponent, Czech Republic's Teresa Swabikova, suffered a back injury and retired midway while lagging 20-22-0-1 in the opening round match. Saina, seeded fourth, will next play with Malvika Bansor, who defeated fellow Indian Samia Imad Faruqi in another women's singles match. In men's singles, 8th seed Pranoy, a former world top 10 player, defeated Spain's Pablo Ebian and will next face Mithun Manjunath. Third-seeded Lakshya Sen, who claimed the World Championships bronze on debut last month, thrashed Egypt's Edham Hetem El Gamal 21-15, 21-7. He will now take on Sweden's Felix Borestedt. Commonwealth Games bronze medalist Ashwini Ponappa and N. Sikki Reddy, seeded second, also entered the second round, beating compatriots Janani Anantakumar and Divya R. Balasubramaniam. Among other Indians, Akarshi Kashyap beat compatriot Aruna Prabhuda Desai, while Rahul Yadav Chittaboyna got a walkover after Spain's Luis Enrique Penalver's withdrawal.
In cricket, India were 32 for 2 in the second innings against South Africa on day 2 of the third and final test in Cape Town when reports last came in. India now lead by 45 runs. South Africa all out for 210 in the first innings a short while ago. For the hosts, Keegan Peterson was the highest scorer with 72 runs. For the visitors, Jasprit Bumrah claimed 5 wickets. Umesh Yadav and Mohammad Shami bagged 2 wickets each, while Shardul Thakur got 1. Earlier batting first, India were bowled out for 223 runs. In the first innings, Virat Kohli with 79 and Cheteshwar Pujara with 43 were the top scorers for the visitors. For South Africa, Kagiso Rabada picked 4 wickets. Marco Jansen dismissed 3 Indian batters, while Dwayne Olivier and Keshav Maharaj and Lungi picked 1 wicket each. The 3-match test series is evenly poised, with both teams winning a test match each. Now let us take a look at the weather forecast for tomorrow. The national capital Delhi will have moderate fog. In Mumbai, the minimum temperature will be 15 degrees Celsius, while the maximum will be around 29 degrees. Chennai will have generally cloudy sky with light rain or drizzle. Kolkata will have generally cloudy sky with light rain. Srinagar and Jammu will have partly cloudy sky becoming generally cloudy towards afternoon or evening or night. Leh is likely to have light snow. Gilgit will have partly cloudy sky. Muzaffarabad will have cloudy sky. Visakhapatnam will have fog in the morning and partly cloudy sky later. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurates 11 new government medical colleges across Tamilnadu and new campus of Central Institute of Classical Tamil in Chennai via video conferencing. World is looking at India with hope as India's people, mind, capability and dreams are all young, says the Prime Minister on the occasion of Swami Vivekananda's birth anniversary. Centre urges all states and UTs to direct departments concerned to ensure adequate buffer stock of medical oxygen for at least 48 hours. Over 153 crore 80 lakh COVID vaccine doses administered under nationwide vaccination drive so far. Supreme Court appoints high-level committee under retired Supreme Court Judge Indu Malhotra to investigate the alleged security breach of Prime Minister's Punjab visit. More than 1 crore people to participate in global Surya Namaskar program on the occasion of Makar Sankranti on the 14th of this month. And in cricket, South Africa were all out for 210 runs against India in the first innings on day 2 of the third and final test at Cape Town. And with that, we end the evening news. Good night.